welcome back to another video, and today we're reading The Puppy Place Rascal Chapter 6. Now, I know I haven't posted in a while, and I'm really sorry because I've just been flat out. We've been really busy, but if you're a subscriber, or if you're a person thinking of subscribing to my channel, then make sure to watch the videos we just posted at CB Mott, me and Elijah, and Kalani and Emily. So yeah, let's get into it. Chapter 6. Rascal, no! Lizzie could not believe how many times she had said those words in the last 10 minutes. She and Rascal and Charles were at puppy kindergarten again. They were trying their best to follow Jamie's directions. Well, Lizzie and Charles were trying to follow directions. Rascal? He was just trying to cause as much trouble as possible, or at least that's the way it seemed. How could you be so smart and so cute, but also be such a pest? Lizzie asked the puppy. They were supposed to be practicing walking on a leash. All the owners and puppies were going in a big circle around the gym. Rascal had already barked at the bulldog puppy, chased the Dachshund, and pounced on the lab puppy and both poodles. And not during playtime either. He had done all of that during the lesson on sitting. Now they were trying to walk, but he kept grabbing the leash in his teeth and shaking it, growling his little puppy growls. Grr, grr. Rascal was teaching that leash a lesson, silly thing. Would these people ever understand that he needed to run, run, run? He did stop for a second when she said no. He gazed up at her with his head cocked to one side. He looked like he was asking, "Who, me?" His black eyes were shiny. His right ear stood straight up, and his left ear flopped over. His whiskers were twitching. Rascal looked as he could really understand what she was saying, even if he couldn't answer. Lizzie felt her heart melt. This sweet, smart, wild puppy really deserved to find a wonderful, loving home. But if he couldn't learn to behave, who could take him? Okay, good job, everybody, Jamie was saying. Lizzie and Charles exchanged a look. They knew she didn't mean Rascal when she said everybody. The other puppies weren't perfect either. For example, Bullwinkle the bulldog absolutely hated to walk on a leash. His owner would tug on the leash, but Bullwinkle would not budge, not even an inch. The bulldog's wrinkly flat face made him look so stubborn that Lizzie had to laugh. Trixie the corgi had a habit of sneaking up on other puppies and stealing their toys. No matter how many of her own toys her owners brought along, fluffy ones, squeaky ones, balls, tug toys. Sorry guys, I got a bit of a croaky voice today. Trixie always liked the other puppies' toys better, but Rascal was the worst, by far. It was as if he always had to be the centre of attention. He couldn't stand it when Jamie talked for too long, or when the other puppies were being praised. He would bark and jump and scurry around. Lizzie had to pick him up so he would calm down. How is he doing at home? Jamie asked. She had come up to Lizzie and Charles during a short break. She reached down to scratch Rascal under the chin, which made him wag his tail as hard as he could. Lizzie sighed. Well, he's not chewing as many things, she said, but that's only because he's kind of locked up in the kitchen all the time. He's learning to come when we call his name, Charles reported. Remember, Lizzie? He did it yesterday, 5 times in a row. That's true, Lizzie agreed. He really is very smart. He just has so much energy. Jamie nodded thoughtfully. He may just need lots and lots of exercise and room to run, she said. She looked around the gym and saw that the other owners were back from break. All right, she said, walking back to the middle of the circle. Let's ask our dogs to stay. Lizzie groaned. Not loudly enough for Jamie to hear, just a tiny little groan. So far, Rascal was not doing too well with the stay thing. Remember, we want to help the dogs do well. So we're going to start asking them to stay for only about 2 seconds. If they manage that, we'll give them a treat and lots of praise. Then next time we'll ask 3 seconds. She had the owners face their puppies holding the leash. A few of the puppies looked up at their owners, waiting to see what they wanted. But Rascal, like most of the puppies, looked off in another direction, distracted by every noise and smell. This place was great. Rascal loved being around all the other dogs, but what was the point if he couldn't play with them? What could possibly be more important than playing? Okay, now ask your dogs to sit, chorused all the owners. Sit, chorused all the owners. 4 dogs sat, but the lab puppy fell down and rolled over. Rascal started barking and jumping up and down. The German Shepherd puppy backed up and stood there, twitching his big ears and staring at Rascal. The Dachshund sniffed the floor. Charles, whose turn it was to hold Rascal's leash, looked helpless at Lizzie. Jamie ignored Rascal. Great, she said. Now put your hand out and raise the palm so it's facing the dog. Now tell your dog to stay. Stay, everyone said. Charles said it too. Lizzie doubted whether Rascal could hear the command. The rascal was too busy barking. And 1, and 2, and okay, said Jamie. All the dogs said the release word, okay, and the dogs jumped up, tails wagging. Well, Rascal just kept bouncing and barking. I think that's all the time we have tonight, said Jamie, checking the clock on the wall. See you all next time. Lizzie and Charles headed outside when Jamie stopped them at the door. I really hate to say this, she said with a really serious look on her face. I don't think Rascal is, well, I don't think he's fitting in here. I thought we could help him, but he's making it hard for the other dogs to learn. I'm afraid I have to ask you not to bring him to class anymore. Lizzie looked down at her sneakers. She'd known this was going to happen. Rascal was getting kicked out of puppy kindergarten. If you would like, we can bring them in for some private lessons, Jamie went on in a gentle voice. But to tell you the truth, he needed a ton of training to be the right dog for a regular house and family. He may need a different type of home. Lizzie looked at her and then down at Rascal. What was Jamie saying? Did she mean that Rascal could never learn to behave? But then how could the Petersons ever find him a good home? What kind of foster family were they if they couldn't help Rascal? Rascal wondered why the people were being so serious. They had been having such a good time, jumping and barking and playing. Why was the girl looking at him in that way? Wow, that was a sad ending to puppy kindergarten for Rascal, wasn't it? Did any of you expect that Rascal was going to get kicked out of puppy kindergarten? Put it down in the comment section, but I think I know the answer, that you all would have thought that Rascal would have got kicked out due to his naughty behaviour. But we'll see what happens in Chapter 7. See you later, guys.